The Public Gooning Epidemic by 4Dshams channel. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let's watch it.
Fucking nutted on my fucking leg! You're gonna hell, bitch!
What the fuck? Like, what a way to start a video. Like, hell no, man. Like, oh, this is so fucking disgusting. But what is the background story on this? Like, what actually happens? Well, hopefully they will show us like what happened before. I don't know. Let's watch it. What the fuck, man? Why you go like how he was able to nut on her leg? Like, how he was able to do that? Like, what were the circumstances? Like, how? I don't know. Like, I wish we could like understand how this was possible. I mean, in my country, I don't know about the others, but in my country, this type of thing occurs most inside like trains and buses, but in other places are very like hard or unlikely to happen. And I think even in buses and trains, this is way more rare here than in other countries because I don't know what happens here, but like maybe it's because there are too many laws to protect women. I don't know, but this type of stuff is much more unlikely to happen here, it seems, than I see happen in other countries, you know? Seems like the countries out there, this type of thing occurs more easily. I don't know, it's just an impression I have.
Philadelphia man surrenders after
I just see
allegedly ejaculating
many
on
more
woman's
cases
leg.
happening
Bro,
outside.
you cannot make this shit up, bro. You cannot make this up. Oh my god. Philadelphia authorities have identified and apprehended Gary A. Miles, 30.
How people and not only the victim, like we were saying, of course the experience was so fucking terrible to her. Like, no one deserves this shit, man. But what leads to a person to like destroying like his entire life over this? At this point, I think his brain is already so fucking damaged, you know, like he's so mentally ill. Like, there is no way this is like a normal person anymore. Like, there is no coming back. There is no comeback for what he became already. Like, there is no treatment. There is no anything. Like, it's unrecoverable, you know. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. I never see a person that becomes like this, like getting cured, you know, getting better of this stuff. They just do this endless, like until the day they die, you know. The causes can be many, but once the person becomes like that, feels like there is no coming back. It's becoming, it's like when you become awoke, you know, like there is no coming back. You're forever mentally ill, and there is no way for you to be cured of that.
35 of Southwest Philly in connection with an indecent assault that occurred at a Dollar Tree store. Local rapper Meek Mill contributed to the search effort by offering a $2,000 reward for information leading to Miles' whereabouts. His involvement highlighted the community's collective effort to address the incident swiftly. You know you messed up if you even
like the guy approaches the woman, suddenly nuts on her leg, and just run away and destroy his life just like that, you know. Oh my god, like, hell no, man. Jesus Christ. Like, he probably gave also the victim a permanent trauma, like for life. Like, for real, for life. This traumatizes anyone, like. I mean, I dare think that even if you are a man and this happens to you, that's more likely, but it's not impossible. I think even you're gonna be traumatized with such a thing. So imagine a woman, you know? Oh my god, man. Oh my god, but also the guy, like how he can think, and that is there. We always come back to this part of like thinking, like like the internal monologue that we were talking about. There is no way you guys would not convince me that this guy actually thought and weighted things on his mind, like, if I do this, I will succeed and nothing bad is gonna happen to me, or the price that I'm gonna pay for this it is worth the risk, that there is no way that a certain person would weight this stuff on his mind before doing such an act. Because there is two things of you avoiding doing bad stuff. One is you being inherently good. Like, what I mean by that is just that you are just a good person already, and you not need to to be convinced that there is something you shouldn't do. But even when you're willing to do some bad stuff, usually people think, like, on their minds, like, is this really worth of me doing? Even when they want to do, they think about the law and what's gonna happen if they get caught. They think about this stuff, and if that is worth or not doing. And this is why when the countries like have more relaxed laws and people are not get arrested, this is why the criminality increases. The criminal cases increases because people feel that it's more like rewarding to try to do that than the weight of being maybe being punished. Because the rewards are higher than the risk. And there is no way that even in a rotten society like nowadays, there is no way one sane person would wait to do stuff and think this was a good idea. Even if they were willing to do some bad stuff, which leads me to really think that these people really don't have an internal monologue, like they. This type of conversation really stick in my mind. Like, I just cannot conceive that there is people out there, like lots and lots of people out there that really doesn't have this inside their heads. This is psychopathic. I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to tell you. Jesus Christ. Yeah, let's continue.
Got the rappers put money on your head. Ladies and gentlemen, and whatever's left of our collective dignity, come here. We need to talk. Because apparently being freaky in public is a trend now. We got people clapping cheeks in grocery store aisles. And I don't know if this is a result of some sort of weird fetish, but it's been pretty common for these spicy content creators to make content in public locations, for example, like grocery stores. And the thing is, these videos will start all normal and then all of a sudden you'll see some of the worst acting you've ever seen. Like, I know they're trying to sell some sort of like sex appeal or, target the gooners, but it really ends up coming off as satire more than anything else. And besides the weird grocery store behavior, we got people gooning in restaurant drive-thrus.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, yeah, that case, yeah.
Yeah. Sir, you need to leave.
The guy ended up like unaliving himself, Minecrafting himself, yeah. Very bad situation, but very, very terrible situation, but I mean, I don't think like, of course the guy did that on despair and shame maybe of what he did, but actually as well, like, probably because he knew that he wouldn't be cured of it, because it's what I think, it's my personal opinion, okay? I never saw a case that a person was like this and like it could actually make it come back and stop being like that, So probably it was one of the reasons why he decided to do that to himself, because he probably was aware that he wouldn't be able to stop. I don't know. I'm just guessing here, okay? I'm just guessing. But hey, let me know in the comments what you guys think about all of this. I really want to know. Like, it's something that makes me think a lot, and I don't know if what I think is actually the the correct in this situation. I don't know. I can be like, even though people tell me often that I'm not extreme, but I really think that I'm extreme with a lot of things. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, please, as always.
Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Call 911.
And I'm sure you might know who that is. That's Nautica Malone. I've talked about him on my channel before. He's basically viewed as like the progenitor of the public gooning movement. Yes, movement.
Our Nautica, born in Bikini Beach, Tempe, Arizona, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be church, on earth as it is in church land. Deliver us from the Goonicide.
Why you guys fucking laughing?
Although it is sad, the gist of the story is that dude basically unalived himself after he was caught on camera masturbating at the drive-thru. And the third category might just be the worst by far, because not only do they goon in public, they take it upon themselves to take that extra step to make sure that it's a public location where kids are present. Ladies and gentlemen, meet NYC's blanket couple. So this freaked out couple obviously couldn't show enough restraint to wait till they got home, so this is what they did. Trying to enjoy a beautiful Sunday afternoon in NYC. Wow, look at this park. What do we have here? In the middle of the park, the kids literally roaming around. Didn't even bother to find somewhere that was more discreet. In a park, there's usually places where...
But wait, let's clarify one thing. The concept of gooning, at least that I know, like for example, the girl that had her leg nut, like... I mean, this word is terrible, but it sounds fun it sounds fun for me because, I mean, it's a different language, so the word nut just sounds funny. I'm sorry, but that's something that it's not the meaning itself, of course, not the meaning, but the way this word is written and it sounds to me, it's just funny. But what I know in the context by the word gooning, you know, like what he did to her, for example, doesn't apply as gooning. You know, it's not gooning. Why everyone is calling literally everything sexual nowadays as gooning? Like gooning clearly has a different meaning of that. I'm not sure if I can explain well. So, but yeah, if you Google it, you're gonna see that. I mean, you guys probably know better than me and could actually explain better. But I know it's not this. It's not this. Like, but everything is just gooning now. So, yeah, whatever. It's just something that I thought.
Not a lot of people pass by. No, they said no. We're gonna do it smack dab in the middle of the park where everyone is passing by, where kids are passing by, and who cares who sees? You know, maybe they thought that blanket was like the invisibility cloak from Harry Potter. Brief intermission, make sure you guys subscribe. We're almost at 100K. Also subscribe to my reaction channel and join my Discord. We have well over 3,000 members. All the links will be in the description. Appreciate y'all for watching. And I'm sorry, the fact that people just kept watching and minding their business kind of bothers me. I'm the type of person, I probably would have went and like splashed them with water, because why are you scarring these little kids? Sometimes I wonder, where are those Karens when you really need them? Because this will be the perfect time to make a scene, to really cause an issue. Now, there isn't a national database that keeps track of gooning and, you know, all the public indecency cases, at least that I know of. But if we examine big cities like New York, we see that there's been reports of an increase in public masturbation. According to NYPD data cited by the New York Post, there was a 51% surge in such complaints through June 30 compared to the same period in 2023. Additionally, the number of criminal summonses issued for public exposure of genitals increased by a staggering 396% in the same time.
Why do you guys think that this is happening? You guys think that it's just straightforward like porn fault? I don't know if... I mean, it's clearly one of the reasons, but I don't think it's the only one. Probably like the all of these movements that society has nowadays to like make the sexuality something free, and I don't know. I don't know, but I don't think it's only porn, like, for itself.
Time frame. That's an almost 400% increase. In cities like Chicago and other areas within the Cook County, facilities operated by the Cook County Sheriff's Office have seen a dramatic increase in incidents involving inmates masturbating and holding areas, causing distress and harassment, especially for female lawyers representing clients in those areas. And there have been multiple articles that talk about this issue. Public defenders pushed to breaking point by masturbating inmates.
Pushed to breaking point?
How often is this stuff happening? Masturbation epidemic in Cook County court lockups raises questions about jail conditions, county budget, defendant rights. In Atlanta, we got a man who's been continuously arrested for indecent exposure.
Island right by Ponce de Leon.
Yes, because it's what I said. It's like being drug addicted. There is no cure for it. So I don't expect the guy stopping like ever, you know, never ever.
The man who lives right over here in these condos, he says he walks out the door and right where I'm standing on the sidewalk, he sees a man exposing himself, touching himself. He's called the police. The man gets arrested and then ends up right back here doing the same thing.
Dude literally respawns, bro. That's insane.
I was in total shock. Like, am I really seeing what I'm seeing right now?
For 3 years, David Robertson has been dealing with this when he walks outside of his Virginia Highland condo.
You know, back in the day, public indecency was that one weird guy in a trench coat. You knew him, you avoided eye contact with him. And oh yeah, depending on where you grew up, there was also the homeless person who wasn't all the way there and would sometimes walk around completely naked. I think as a child, that's like the worst public indecency ever got. And of course, there was that one time period when people were debating whether...
Yeah, even here, we from time to time, we saw some people walking naked on the street. But the reasons are different. Like, I'm not saying that this is right, clearly it's not, but you can clearly see that those people walking, they have some mental problems that, I mean, these are clearly mental problems as well, but they are not naked because they are sexually aroused or something, or for some, they are just naked because they are in other reality, you know, they don't think straight. It's not the same reason. It's not the same reason, but yeah. They should be arrested for that, but they are not because they live on the streets, like they don't have home, they are homeless, and I've seen this happen quite often. And surprisingly, most of the times they were women, like by the age of, I don't know, around 40 or 50 years old. I don't know.
Or not mothers could breastfeed their babies in public, but that's a completely different topic. But see, we went from that public indecency to now having couples, TikTokers, spicy content creators, all contributing to the public indecency problem. We're seeing a shift from accidental nudity to scheduled programming. And a lot of this, believe it or not, goes back to pornography. Every day, the internet vomits out more explicit content than our ancestors saw in their whole lifetime. And everyone from young kids to senior citizens are all consuming this content. And senior citizens might be the worst when it comes to public indecency. There have been a multitude of times where I've caught senior citizens watching spicy content either at like a public library or just somewhere in public thinking that nobody notices. There's literally a bunch of proof online. People catch them all the time.
Maria, next time you open your big stinking mouth, pal, I will write you up and send you to the office for coming into my room without permission. Is that clear?
Oh.
What I watch as an adult is my choice. You, as a child, wait in the hall until you're invited into my room. Is that clear?
Or maybe instead of trying to blame it on them being a child and you being an adult, maybe don't watch that on a school campus. And the public indecency / gooning problem is even...
Yeah, what he said is right. I mean, the guy, is his choice to do that, but why he has to do that while working, you know? Why he doesn't just do that in his home? Like, it clearly shows that he is unhinged, you know? To not be able to survive his animal instincts. Oh my god. While he is at his work hours, you know?
Affecting police officers on the job.
In Lake County, a case of distracted driving cost a deputy his job, but a sheriff's office investigation found he wasn't texting before slamming his car into a woman's car.
He was looking at porn concern. West 2's Justin Schecker got a copy of the Internal Affairs report and the body camera video from the crash.
The Lake County Sheriff's Office Internal Affairs investigation found that former Deputy Tristan McComber was looking at something not safe for work before this happened.
I'm sorry, you gotta be really lost in the deep end if you're watching porn while driving.
35.
Hell
His body-worn
no,
camera
man.
captured the steering wheel airbag deploying. After his department-issued cruiser crashed into the back of another car. The video shows Deputy McComber tossing his cell phone onto the seat and then picking it up before he goes to check on the other driver.
Hello, ma'am. Are you okay? I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
My brakes locked up.
Okay.
You good?
You know your brakes did not lock up, bro.
I was like, oh my goodness, wait. Yeah, I'm okay.
According to the new Internal Affairs report, the deputy told a sergeant the brakes locked up before he rear-ended the other car, stopped for a school bus. This deputy no longer works for the Lake County Sheriff's Office. We're told he resigned while facing termination. The Internal Affairs investigation found he wasn't truthful about what he was doing on his phone right before impact. McComber initially stated he was scrolling through text messages in a group chat with other deputies prior to the crash, but the investigation...
Of course, who did I admit that? Of course the guy would deny that. Oh my god, like, there is no way one could openly admit that they were doing such a thing in the moment of the accident. What the heck's on fuck, man?
found he was viewing something that is more visual and inappropriate while on the job. The report's conclusion says McComber admitted to lying before later revealing he was looking at pornographic material on his personal phone just before the vehicle crash. Deputies found he violated 3 Sheriff's Office policies. He departed from the truth, used an electronic device for something that's prohibited, and there was substantial evidence he wasn't wearing a seatbelt behind the wheel.
Whoa, that's crazy, bro. So not only does he not care about other people's safety, he doesn't even care about his own. When people start moving like this in ways to endanger themselves and endanger others and, you know, put their whole life in jeopardy, that's how you know it's an addiction, because they don't have any restraint. They don't have any self-control. See, when you're consuming a vast amount of sexual content, there comes a point when you become desensitized to it. Your dopamine system breaks. It's like if you try to eat a ghost pepper every day and then after that, going to eat a jalapeno. It's just not gonna hit the same. It's the same with people who are over consuming sexual content. It gets to a point where they become numb and they start chasing the next thrill. And for some of these addicts, that next thrill is doing something inappropriate in public. And even if they know it's gonna put them in jeopardy and it's highly risky, since they have poor impulse control, they're gonna do it anyways. Matter of fact, the riskier it is, the more they're gonna enjoy it because they're looking for a dopamine spike. And dopamine is basically your brain's feel-good chemical. Usually when you accomplish something, reach a goal, your brain will give you some dopamine as a reward. But see, that's only one side of things. When we start talking about these spicy content creators, it starts becoming more about clout, because making sexual content in public brings those likes and views. And the reason it does is because it comes with a certain level of thrill that the audience who's desensitized is seeking. You know, this whole idea of,
oh, I got caught having sex at Walmart.
Whatever it may be, as long as it's just morally indecent. And of course the spicy content creators try to make it seem like it's real. Whole time they got like a whole camera crew. But to the audience, sometimes they do believe it's real. And even if they don't believe it's real, they're still programming their mind to like that type of stuff. So what does that translate to? It translates to them eventually trying it themselves. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is how you connect 2 points. But no, seriously though, all jokes aside, public indecency isn't funny at all. It's really disgusting. It can traumatize people, especially kids, and it creates an unsafe environment. And to be honest, it really signals a deeper issue with...
Before we go any further, I want to take this brief moment here to thank all of you, my patrons, that support my work here on YouTube, and especially my 5-tail fox tier member, Zalost, and my 3-tail fox tier members, Heath Rowell, Fenny Sylvy, and Radmuiel, for the incredible support to my work. Thank you very, very much. You guys are amazing. Also, thanks to everyone who donated to me through Tron and to all of my YouTube members. You can support this channel live and grow with just $5 a month and gain access to many perks. This is less than a burrito. Check out my Patreon, link is in the description below. It not just can, it does, like, the person who passed through it, like, it will never be the same again. What do you think? Like, there's no way a person that was a victim of this will forget, like, ever. Ever. So yeah, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check medics below, Patreon, the squad, Ko-Fi and Tron. Consider supporting me in one of these mentioned before, because I need to get out of this fucking country, fucking terrible country, as fast as possible. And yeah, I need your help to that. And I will see you all guys in the next one. Good night.